Hello, everyone. It's time for more DCEU Mania. It's our second movie for this evening. The oddest double feature that will happen in this series. We just did The Suicide Squad, and now it's time for Black Adam. Once again, I'm Captain Logan, and joining me as always is Austin the Day Ghost.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
We've also got apparently the biggest Black Adam fan amongst us, just because he's holding something else with Black Adam on it. It's Robert Wild. Robert, what is that trade?
Hello.
Black Adam Dark Age. I don't even know what that is.
It's just a trade of some random Black Adam comics that they slapped the movie poster on because we were doing that for a while.
Okay, but
I think my uncle bought this for me a few years
I was
ago.
gonna say the real question is,
He
why
was
do you have that?
Well, his uncle was like, my nephew, he loves Black Adam. I should buy this for him.
So I think this is from the 52 era, not New 52, the 52. Tomasi's one of the people on this, so
Okay.
I think it's like early 2000s
Yeah,
era.
Black Adam
But yeah,
was a big
never read
character
it,
in that.
but I have it.
Oh, and also John Sandoval, who has never seen this movie. So Austin has watched this a weird number of times. I saw it once in the theater. John has never seen it, and Robert owns a trade. So we're all in real different places with this.
I needed something for the background. I don't own the movie. I haven't seen this since
No, but it's weird that you have anything. It's Black Adam.
You still have the Suicide Squad on this side. Where's your Black Adam figures, dude?
Yeah.
You should have Black Adam and Dr. Fate.
Where's your Pierce Brosnan and Dr.
the
Fate
Fonz.
figure?
I was very tempted to buy some of those because I thought like the Hawkman and Dr. Fate ones look cool, but I was like, I need to see the movie first.
Because you bought it at a
before I
hype?
could buy
Because
merchandise.
you actually thought we were changing the hierarchy of the DC universe, and you were like, "Oh yeah, we're finally gonna get the 1-2 punch of brilliant DCEU movies with the Suicide Squad and Black Adam."
Also,
No,
this
Robert-
isn't. Oh, sorry.
Well,
This isn't. Go.
No, go ahead, do it.
No, this isn't a horrible follow-up to the Suicide Squad because I don't know if John knows this. Amanda Waller's in this movie, and she's in charge of the Justice Society for some reason in this universe. We do that.
No, I was just gonna say Robert went to the store to buy some Black Adam figures, and he was just about to. He was literally he brought his cart up to the cash, and he was like getting ready to pay, and then somebody sent him a message, and he was like, "What's this?" And he looked down, it was like, "Look at this idiot!" And it was one of the people that got the Jar Jar tattoos before Phantom Menace came out, and you were like, "Oh my god, I'm looking into a mirror," and then you went and returned the toys.
But that's okay, because if you change your mind and you decide you want them later, they're gonna be there.
Exactly, dude. I wasn't there for the Wonder Woman 84 commentary, but like that action figure of her in that gold armor was in my Target for like 3 years, and they had a lot of them.
They just couldn't move that.
Well, I think I sent this to Cap. It's starting to really make me laugh. My theater just down the road has just like a wall of Marvel bombs at this point, where it's like they have plushies or whatever for like different movies, and it's like there's just a section where it's like the Cap 4 ones, the Marvel ones, and another one I can't remember, but it's like just these movies that I mean, Cap 4 I guess came out this year, but the Marvels came out like 2 years ago at this point, and they still can't sell the merch for it.
Have you seen the creepy Red Hulk plush with Harrison Ford's face?
No.
Like, it's terrifying. I almost want to get one just to punch it on camera. Like, it's really creepy. Well, anyway, let's go ahead and get into the movie. We're gonna watch Black Adam. Again, I saw this one time. This is gonna be a very just responding as it comes movie, and I'm here more to watch John watch this than anything. I can't wait to see his reaction to this. Now, I will say, I thought that there was a chance that this would be a cool movie when The Rock was pitching it with Fandom originally, and then as soon as we started seeing actual stuff from it, I was like, oh, I don't think this is going to work out. And he was just so like weirdly egotistical about the whole thing that I stopped having very much faith in it. And so, like, I obviously making fun of it really hard now because of what it actually turned out to be, real retroactive. But like, there was a time I thought there was a chance with that.
No, there is some amazing advertising from this movie. None of it being trailers or anything. Like it just being the Rock press stuff. Because he didn't just do a press tour. Like he treated it like he was doing wrestling promos, where he would just like get in and trash talk and like all this stuff. It was amazing. And somebody brought up the best one, which is there were like advertising Black Adam and a soccer match between India and Pakistan, and he's like, "We're getting ready for India versus Pakistan. It's Black Adam." It is amazing.
But you know what?
I know about this movie is because I'm the only like wrestling fan here of the four of us. This is the movie that finally got him to go back to wrestling, and he tried to pull the same thing there, where just like take over, and for the first time in the like 20 years that I've been watching wrestling, it's the first time I've ever seen fans go, no, we don't want you. We want what we were building to.
Yeah.
So it was just interesting because he was not having a good year.
Well,
I
and John,
feel like... Go ahead, Robert. Sorry, we're stepping over each other.
Yeah. Sorry. As poorly as this movie performed, it still made more money than most of the DC movies that came out the following couple years, which is hilarious. Like, if this movie costs if they put less than $200 million into this movie, it would have turned a profit. That's just funny.
Well, and I'm convinced a lot of that is because the whole thing was wearing down, and once we knew they were rebooting, people were just a lot less interested in seeing whatever they were putting out. Like it just felt like the whole thing was done. Like I think if regardless of advertising and stuff, I think if The Flash comes out before the James Gunn announcement, it probably does at least a little bit better at the box office. They could probably dupe people into with the hype of that a little bit more.
Maybe. I mean, The Flash like super underperformed more than even I was expecting. So I don't know.
I don't know if I'm actually right about that, but maybe.
I also just don't think most people at that time even know we're making a Superman reboot, but that's a whole other conversation. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe so.
It was a weird time.
And this has probably been talked about before, but you need this. You can make a Black Adam film, just like there have been Black Adam centered comics. But you can't start him there. He has to start like in a Shazam thing.
He's mentioned in Shazam. That's something.
Yeah, we had the
scene.
setup. Yeah.
Oh,
The Wizard was like, "There's this guy Shazam. He's gonna fight Superman. It's gonna be really badass. Let me tell you, dude."
No, it's so.
Is
bizarre.
the Wizard in this movie? I don't even remember.
I think so. I think he has a cameo.
Yeah, he gets a cameo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, anyway, let's go ahead and watch it. Everybody get to timestamp 0. How are you going to watch it? Blu-ray, DVD. I actually have this one on Blu-ray. You'd think I would have bought this just on DVD, but I actually have the Blu-ray.
Oh, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
I know. Look at me. But I don't have that special trade you have. I'm surprised there's not a disc in it. They just sneaked that in the cover.
You also still don't have the best release of that movie, which was a DVD.
Yeah, I need to get that.
That being the Man of Steel.
Austin really wants me to get the DVD that's got Black Adam and Man of Steel. It's so good. Anyway, let's watch this. Timestamp 0. Get ready to press play. I'm about to say right now. Everybody, please press play right now.
And if you're watching this on HBO Max, it's rated TV-14. Which means if you're 13 years old, this movie's too hardcore for you. Just
but also, it's a movie. Oh, this one's also got the New Line
movie.
logo there, Austin.
It must be a Shazam thing. I'm telling you.
It must
definitely.
be. That's a cool New Line logo.
Yeah.
Is there maybe some sort of... Oh, no, because New Line wasn't a thing when DC would have bought Shazam. I have no idea.
But they have all kinds of weird movie rights though through the 70s and 80s. I don't think like everything's just under Warner Brothers from DC like until the 90s. Because they have weird different movie rights for a while.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, John's got to pay attention to this exposition.
But yeah, I think like a Shazam movie was in development hell for like decades, and then Black Adam was talked about or announced a decade before that it actually happened.
What percentage of superhero movies open like this with a voiceover giving you the ancient backstory?
This movie really wants to be a Zack Snyder movie.
Oh yeah.
Look at Xerxes.
Oh, we're still.
What is that shot?
That shot is still going. I almost made a joke about how crazy it would be if it went all the way around, and then it went all the way around.
We're doing a lot of like spinning and flipping and.
Yeah, according to Dan's Den,
is the
New Line owned the rights to. According to Dan's Den, New Line owned the rights to Shazam, and then WB buys New Line.
Oh, okay.
At some point. Just a mess.
Which suggests they wouldn't have to use their logo.
Oh, we missed out on the like late '80s, early '90s New Line Shazam movie.
Yeah. Well, and now that we're rebooting, this is such a weird set of 3 films of Shazam, Shazam 2, and this.
Yeah.
It's so awkward. Like, I still like that first Shazam movie. I know you guys don't as much.
We
I
enjoyed it okay going back to it, though. It was one of the more positive experiences we had on the show.
Yeah, we were both kind of like, this is all right.
Because obviously...
liked it, Austin.
Because obviously what you do is you either introduce Black Adam in Shazam 2, or you make Shazam, Black Adam, and then have them fight in Shazam 2. Instead, what we have is this movie and this weird Shazam 2 filler movie that's now not going anywhere. It's such a bizarre set of films we have with these characters.
Yeah. Hayden asks, is this better or worse than Shazam 2? I will be shocked if I like this less than Shazam 2.
And I've never seen that one, so I don't know.
This is at least more funny bad, I guess.
I'd rather watch this than Shazam 2. That movie is so
Shazam
nothing.
2 is just kind of embarrassing.
Yeah.
No, I think this movie's become really funny in
just
hindsight.
That it exists.
Yeah, that's a Snyder shot.
Yep.
No, I feel like I'm watching a Zack Snyder film made by somebody else.
Wonder Woman?
Not quite like that.
This is leaning into that a lot more. Also, I've already forgotten what this MacGuffin is.
300.
Yeah.
It's Eternium.
Oh.
Don't look at this old man's face.
I'm also getting Apocalypse vibes a little bit.
I was also thinking of the beginning of Transformers 2.
That's a good point, Cap. We've had a really bad track record with like the Egyptian side of superhero adaptations.
When have we ever done it well?
Moon Knight.
Yeah.
Man.
If you're a superhero and Egyptian, then
if the mythology touches that, it's gonna be like making a female-led superhero movie that's not Wonder Woman. It's not gonna work out. And even that I don't love as much as I used to.
He's doing a thing.
But yeah, those are apparently the hardest things to pull off in superhero movies. Egyptians and women.
Put that quote on the poster.
He's forming the Illuminati.
Why is this still going?
John, it's important. Stop complaining.
You know what? It's a step up from the Snyder Cut. At least it's not an hour and 40 minutes in.
No, I'd rather be watching
and it didn't happen an hour into the movie.
That's what I'm saying.
I'd rather be watching the Snyder Cut.
Me too.
But no, to your point, Robert.
There's a.
Yeah, see, I told you he had a cameo.
So, Robert, to your point, yes, it's weird that, of course, we don't have Shazam and Black Adam in a movie together and that they don't fight in his second movie. The way that they kind of treat this, because The Rock is, I guess, an egomaniac and wanted to not be, a secondary character or a supporting character in, even if he's the main villain, in a superhero movie, he had to be the hero and make a big deal out of, I'm an anti-hero, which makes me better, and I'm like the age of heroes is over or whatever, and I'm like, you cannot pretend like you're the first thing that's ever done this. But it plays it like it's tangentially related to Shazam, where like it's in the same milieu, but it doesn't want you at all to think of Black Adam as a Shazam character. It's like it just touches that mythology.
Which is funny because they just it's the same wizard and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, it's less weird if that
choice.
It's everywhere. It's less weird if Shazam 2 happens faster, but that movie gets pushed back so much that film coming out after this is what I think makes it even more awkward. Where that is such a nothing filler movie.
Oh, absolutely.
And the fact that it comes out after this. So
it didn't even have Mr. Mind.
What it feels like is that Dwayne Johnson sat down and looked at a bunch of characters in DC and went, "Who do I look enough like to cosplay?" and then picked that guy, and then pretended like he knew something about him and was always a fan of it. That's what it feels like happened.
Yeah. One positive I will say is I do like some of the costumes in this movie. Like, he looks fine.
Well, this movie's just funny because it's got that that Deadpool like up its own ass thing, where it's like, look how different and cool we are. Except this one was completely rejected, and everybody made fun of it for that. So it's like,
why does he just have like a Wonder Woman rebirth trait?
It gets and Batman Odyssey, and don't worry, it gets worse. That's just the start of an insane amount of in-universe DC merchandise that makes no sense to be there.
that's just a thing in these Shazam movies, Cap.
I guess DC Comics forms around real-life actual characters and just runs off and is somehow popular. Even though that would be very controversial.
You see, Wonder Woman murdered a bunch of people in front of children in a bank and then blew up the bank. And then they were like, "Oh, we should make a story about this hero."
At least that's pretty consistent in superhero movies. I mean, Batman drops Joker off a cathedral, and everybody's like, "Let's shine a light in the sky whenever anything bad happens."
It would be funnier though if like those McDonald's Batman toys actually appeared on screen in Batman Returns. Now I wish that happened.
It might be a more watchable movie.
I understand a certain amount of it. Like, I can deal with T-shirts and even like the occasional maybe figure or something. It's weirder in this because there's so much real life stuff that you can pinpoint the actual era. That drives me nuts.
I don't mind the idea of there being superhero merchandise and maybe even comics. I don't like when it's just a real comic. Like, just make one for the movie.
Yeah, I just don't like when we do that in general.
It's a case-by-case thing for me. Like, for some reason, I was alright with it in Logan. I cannot deal with it here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in Logan, though, to John's point, like, those are created for that movie. Like, those aren't just Marvel X-Men comics. Like, they're created for that film.
Isn't part of that, though, just because they're not actually Marvel? Wasn't there, like, a dispute over that?
I was going to say...
Yeah, maybe, but, I mean, they still had to go the extra mile.
But in the movie...
I also don't like it in Logan, but, I don't know.
The comics are always the worst part. I more so don't mind when there's like real merchandise, like toys and.
Even the toys are weird when it's like the person's like exact likeness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like you go to Walmart and buy a toy of Elon Musk and Zuckerberg, and then you have them fight. It's just kind of weird. I don't know.
No, like Watchmen does it with Ozymandias, like as a. Sort of social commentary thing, but that's like that's
also
like
his business.
I was gonna say like it's a government sanctioned superhero, and he's making toys of himself, and he's one of the only superheroes that is celebrated and still allowed to exist, and not even like still as a hero. I think government sanctioned. I guess at that point he's not even. He just.
No, he's just like a business owner, but
it's just
that one at least makes sense because he's the one doing it for himself.
Yeah.
Draven asks, "Are we sure this movie was supposed to come out in 2007? Because it feels like it. Isn't that one of the things with this movie? Is it was like this is actually a script that's like a decade old, and it kind of."
Oh, The Rock was cast, or he said he was making this movie in like 2013.
Oh, that's right.
And then it just takes a long time to happen.
He was officially cast before BVS, like in the initial wave, I think, with like Ben Affleck and stuff. Because I thought for sure he was going to be in that movie.
But in terms of like the plot and tropes and stuff, this is up there with Venom, where people are like, "Oh my god, why does this feel so early 2000s? It's so generic." And been there, done that.
Why is there a whole subset of superhero movies now that have a comic relief character who is usually heavyset that drives a van, and that's all he does? There's like several of those.
Milton.
I was gonna say, Milton. We have 2 of them tonight.
With the JSA thing, isn't there a thing in, I think either 84 or Shazam 2, where they're trying to recruit, like
It's Shazam 2.
Shazam 2.
Yeah.
Because Economos and Harcourt come to recruit him, and he's like, JSA, when the Justice League also exists, is weird. You should change your name to the Avengers.
I don't remember the dialogue, but that.
I just remember that because he was like, you need another name like the Authority or the Avengers. I like that for some reason. And I was like, this is so cringy. And he's just talking, and the other 2 just walk away while he's still talking. They're like, we don't want to be in the scene anymore.
Yeah, because I remember somebody asked James Gunn about it. He's like, I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah, he was like,
he doesn't know
why
they're
stupid.
This guy
Yeah,
is so funny.
He is funny. He's fat. With a PH.
No, John, there's like this weird through line.
He ain't fat. He
like
ain't
Amanda
nothing.
Waller or Argus after credit scenes that go nowhere, starting with the first Suicide Squad movie.
Mm-hmm.
Shazam 2 is one of them.
When Harcourt's also in this movie.
The first Suicide Squad one is my favorite one because I think that was at the point where they were like, oh, real movie. Somebody was like, oh, we're not going to have post-credit scenes. Like, we're making real movies. And then immediately Suicide Squad has one.
Oh, that's a good point, Dagon Spear. You know what? This movie did come out before The Flash. And he said, this is true, that Flash movie was announced before that show even starts.
Yes.
And then we get an 8-year run of that show, and then the movie comes out.
And we knew about the Flashpoint thing going nearly that far.
All the way back to BBS.
Well, and what's even funnier is Ezra Miller showed up in the Flash show as the Flash before his own movie.
Yep.
That happened.
That was in the Crisis crossover.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I didn't hate that idea other than it was Ezra Miller's Flash, and I was kind of checked out of the show at that point, but...
We are simultaneously in a Lara Croft movie and The Mummy 2017 right now. That is art.
And I think this lady is supposed to be Cap's favorite character, Isis, from that Secret of Isis show from the 70s. We had a long conversation about it, yeah.
I couldn't even believe you knew that was a thing.
Okay, so why are they here for this?
Somebody's got to dig up the rock.
Treasure hunter. She's Lara Croft.
John, don't you remember that they put the MacGuffin in our face real hard, and now she's got the MacGuffin?
No, she's immediately a better archaeologist than June Moon, because she didn't immediately snap that thing when she found it.
Stussy says Ezra Miller has the most appearances as his DCEU character. Is that right? Like even over
I would think it's
Momoa?
Godot.
Yeah.
Cameos.
It's probably Godot with cameos because she. And it's funny we haven't had any of those yet, but she's gonna pop up like 3 times.
Okay, I'm gonna count them.
Godot, you do Batman. I'll do Wonder Woman.
Okay. PBS, Justice League, Snyder Cut, Flash, Suicide Squad.
Like I wasn't even sure that Flash had more than Aquaman because he's got a cameo at the end of one of these. Shazam 2, I think.
If we're
Wonder
counting,
Woman and Shazam too. I
yeah,
think.
Wonder Woman's in Shazam 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're counting the Snyder Cut and Justice League as two separate films, right?
I did too. I have 7.
Oh wow. Okay, I only had 5 for that flick.
Yes.
Yeah, because he doesn't get
Yeah.
any extra cameos like that
Yeah,
past Suicide Squad, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, and the Flash, he has a small
Oh, he
role
isn't.
in it.
I forgot he is in the Flash. Yeah, yeah.
He was almost in Aquaman too.
Yeah, we get all of the Justice League and Flash except for Superman properly, Cyborg, and Martian Manhunter, I guess.
And I can't remember how many of them are actually in Peacemaker and how many of them are just in Shadow.
It's only Momoa and Miller.
Yeah, it's just Momoa and Miller. For Miller, I'm only counting 7, but 6, but Tyler says 7. So I'm just trying to think of what I'm missing. So I have BVS,
he might be counting
both
that
cuts of
CW
Justice League.
crossover. If he's
The what?
He might be counting that CW crossover.
I am too.
Oh, okay.
BVS, both Justice League, CW, The Flash, Peacemaker.
You forgot Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Oh, yep, I forgot he's a cameo in that. Okay, 7. So he and Wonder Woman are tied.
Black Adam is here.
Yep.
Oh, this is such a cool scene.
No, he's so badass, dude. He recreated that panel where Doctor Doom rips out Thanos' spine.
Now, can I ask you guys a question?
Yes.
If Dwayne Johnson is changing the hierarchy of the DC universe, what exactly is the hierarchy of the DC universe? Is it simply Superman is the most important thing, and he's going to prove that he's so badass that he can, like, because the idea seemed to always be to me, literally make fans more of a fan of Black Adam than Superman.
Well, the hierarchy is that no one is in charge, and then it changed because James Gunn took over.
We almost lived in reality where Supergirl, Batgirl, and Shazam, and Michael Keaton's Batman were going to be like the heads of the DC universe.
Shazam? What? I hadn't heard that.
Yeah.
I'd always heard it was Batgirl, Supergirl, and Wonder Woman, with Keaton's Batman as like the Nick Fury. I hadn't heard about Shazam.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're starting Shazam, though. Yeah, that makes sense. Black Adam. Polka Dot Man, too.
But
Hero.
Austin, I also think there's a divide with that, though. It's like WB wants like Supergirl, Batgirl, and Shazam and Keaton's Batman as like the heads of the DC universe, and it's Dwayne Johnson who wants Black Adam and Superman, and like they're clashing.
Well, that was specifically Walter Hamada when he was running the show, and then The Rock is like, me and Superman are gonna fight. It's gonna be really cool.
Well, I think The Rock wanted him and Superman to fight, and then now he's important, and nobody cares about Superman anymore. So I'd like to point out that we are now at the 20-minute mark. Remember how much we got done in our last film at the 20-minute mark?
We haven't even been introduced to all our characters yet here.
We weren't even out of the first scene in the 20-minute mark of the Snyder Cut.
And yet it's still a better movie.
No.
I'm with John on that one.
I don't mean to gang up on Austin, but I kind of agree with that, even though I did find that a pretty boring watch.
Yeah. And to elaborate on my point earlier, because when else am I going to get to talk about this again? The main lady in this movie is based on the character Isis, who was created for the 70s TV show The Secrets of Isis, which is a companion piece. This is no, it's Capu loves Isis. Different conversation. So that character has no idea what the hell we're talking about. And then she's folded into the comics years later.
Oh my god, Black Adam jump scare.
Who's here?
Ah! Adam March, guys, this is really terrible.
I mean,
Tyler's with Austin.
Like,
Austin, you got one.
The CGI mountains look pretty bad.
I got one. What?
This is better than the Snyder Cut.
This isn't bad.
You got one.
I don't know who any of these.
I would 100% have a lobotomy over ever looking at the Snyder Cut again.
You have to, though.
What?
You have to do the rewind.
What?
John.
Yeah, it's true. Someday.
John can replace me in that episode. Now we're in the
I will
Quicksilver
happily-
scene.
Oh my god! And the
Yep.
painted
I
black.
forgot about
I
this.
forgot about this.
Oh, it is like the most embarrassing one after the Snyder
Oh,
Cut
no.
version of the Quicksilver scene with the hot dogs.
No, the Apocalypse version is the worst version of that.
That's pretty.
No,
rough.
I think these are way worse than the Apocalypse ones. The
Well,
Apocalypse
I
one
can't
is just,
talk about this when
that
I'm
sucks. You
watching
did it again. These are like, what are we even doing?
This is so tone deaf.
This is hilarious. So I didn't know. All I knew was that you kept calling this the Quicksilver scene, and that Paint It Black was in here somewhere. I didn't realize they were together. This is amazing.
No, and
Hold on, I gotta
it
break
takes
this
me a
scene.
minute to realize that's what it's even doing.
So, Black Adam is this ancient character that was like trapped in a wall for a really long time. How would he know what a grenade does? He sticks a
'cause he's-
grenade in a man's mouth. Why would you do that if you don't know what a grenade does?
Which is funny
He
because
catches
He's
it.
badass.
it's funnier too because when his like first line when he wakes up is like, "Oh, your magic is weak." So at first it's like they're playing it like he doesn't know, and he's just like treating it like hostile magic, and then he just learned, I guess.
He's a quick learner. He's badass.
Very, very quickly.
Quickly roll up your windows.
What?
That was in
I
the
think this
trailer.
is in a
'Cause it's
trailer.
hilarious.
Yeah, it was. I remember laughing so hard in the trailer where he does the backup walk.
You guys, Tobin Bellpones is back. Don 99 Super Chat. I haven't seen this movie.
I agree, Tobin.
That's so good.
You're correct.
I have no memory of this
He doesn't
place.
know what the whistle does either.
of a splash.
He has turned into my favorite new super chatter. He's right up there
Okay,
with
so-
here's $5 at this point.
Oh, why did we get rid of the cape? Like,
Yeah.
That is clearly Dwayne
Yes.
Johnson going, this thing is getting in the way of my face. And like, yeah, you can just take the
Now
hood
he looks
off.
more badass.
He's like, no, I don't want a cape in my way because then you might not see some of my muscles.
Well, to be fair, if he had a cape and then fought Superman, like you couldn't tell them apart. So makes sense.
Well, the
Is this
cape
how
would be
we
part of the
begin
reason
him
you
for
wanted
the
to
rest
fight
of the
Superman.
movie?
And it's not like, now to be fair, it's not like Black Adam hasn't
I
had
don't
fights
think
with
so.
Superman before, but I don't think you have anybody sitting around like waiting to see that in the big screen. I'm sorry, what, Austin?
Oh, and I just answered John's question. I don't think so. I think he's just weak here, but then he's fine.
Oh, I didn't hear what John said.
no,
I'm sorry.
arguably, at least for comic fans, more people wanted to see Shazam versus Black Adam than Superman and Black Adam.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean that's like saying more people wanted to see Spider-Man versus Green Goblin than Green Goblin versus Captain America.
It's like, gee, they want him to fight
Yeah,
his
but
arch
look at the
nemesis?
situation that I feel
What?
in here.
Adam March.
Austin, when you have a situation like this, you have to point that out because nobody involved with these movies knew that.
Mhm. Well, I don't know if the people involved didn't know that. The Rock didn't know that. And he was very much like, I won't be in Shazam. They asked him to be in Shazam. He was like, no, it's beneath me.
I will say I do like the costume. I liked it better when it had the cape and the hood, but
Hey, look, it's Amanda Waller.
Oh, it's that guy.
Skype Queen Amanda Waller.
So,
Let me read the super chat real quick. Adam March, $5 super chat. Scorpion King is objectively the best rock Egyptian movie.
We were
I
supposed
still
to
see it,
do-
probably.
We were supposed to do a commentary of that when this came out, and then we both forgot it was coming out, and then we missed it.
I'm scared to go back to it,
We
but I
can still do
loved
it.
that movie as a kid.
There's nothing stopping us.
That's true.
So, it's weird that the Justice Society just exists in this universe, right?
I mean, at this point, I don't even know if this is the same DC universe as Batman v Superman.
It's probably not.
No, and I was
Doesn't
wondering
feel
how
like it.
weird it would be watching these in rapid succession where this universe just doesn't hold together because it keeps reinventing itself. And yeah, it's been about as odd as I expected. nearly
and
every
this is
movie
the
you're
most
just
baffling.
going, what world am I in now?
The greatest cameo of all time, where we just Skype call the Fonz for a second.
Oh yeah, why is he in this?
And he looks like he's just like walking around his backyard. He's like, yeah, okay, yeah, I'm in the scene. Okay, bye.
Oh,
Give me my money.
Doesn't he
He's
show up at
playing
the
the
end?
original The Atom.
Doesn't he come
I don't
back?
think so.
Adam Smasher.
Well, the character he's playing was the
It's supposed to be
original
the Atom.
the
Okay.
Justice Society Atom from the comics, but in this movie,
Okay.
he's just like the first Atom Smasher.
So he doesn't come
Okay,
back?
I gotcha. No,
I
he was
don't
only in
remember.
that one scene.
That's so weird.
I remember laughing so hard when I first saw this because I was like, why did we just randomly call Henry Winkler?
I remember my uncle and like one other person laughing in the theater, and the rest of the theater was just confused and quiet. It was a very strange experience.
It's really funny. It's literally like they just Skype called him while they were filming, and he was just like, what do you want?
Oh, I forgot Hawkman is in this.
Yeah,
is,
and they got Aldous Hodge, who's an actor I really like, and I think was good casting. He's just completely wasted here. Some of these people are ones I hope pop up later in the
No.
DCU as just different characters.
I had that with this when they announced he was playing Dr. Fate. I was like, oh, that's perfect.
Yep.
And then it's this.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, he's
No,
good.
Pierce
Yes,
Brosnan
yes.
as Dr. Fate's great casting.
I don't like what
He
we
is
do
great.
with him at
He
the
will
end.
spend most of this movie not sure what he's doing. But
Yeah.
He looks very confused.
Austin,
And,
is he more or less confused than Sam Neill in Jurassic Park? Or
No one can ever be more confused in a movie than Sam Neill in Jurassic Park, Jurassic World Dominion. No one will ever be as confused as him.
This is a really big round room. No, and I will say, John, I think the Dr. Fate suit in this looks pretty cool. We always seem to get him right in live action, in my opinion. At least appearance wise. I wish he had more to do. I don't know. I hope we get Justice Society stuff in the DCU because I
Okay.
like the Justice Society.
Just in case I miss it, is this Egyptian Hawkman or alien Hawkman?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think they care.
I think that's the answer to that.
They never
yeah.
say.
Which
Yeah,
is
he's
weird,
just- he's
because you would
Hawkman.
think in
Isn't
a Black
there
Adam
some
movie, you would want
reference-
to go with the Egyptian version.
Yeah.
To tie...
Yeah?
Isn't there some
And Dr.
reference
Fate,
to reincarnation?
I don't
I
remember.
feel
Also,
like
the wings
they
like
said
aren't even
something.
organic wings. They're like metallic
Yeah.
in this. I don't remember them mentioning the alien stuff or the...
No, he's
the
just
Egyptian stuff.
Hawkman.
If they're
It's just
metal, it
Hawkman.
might be the alien the stuff then, because it's what.
Meanwhile,
what
at the
is that, like,
X
metal
Mansion,
thing?
Disintegrate.
John,
But
Meanwhile,
the aliens
in
have the
X-Men,
wings though. Yep.
I don't mean to be an asshole to you, John, but this movie doesn't know that Black Adam is Shazam's main villain. They do not know any of the history of Hawkman.
No, you're right.
you're lucky that they said Justice Society and knew how to look up the characters and use people that were actually in that team.
But then they also made them an Amanda Waller team.
Well, somebody mentioned in the comments that that's like a New 52 thing where she's got her own Justice League, and maybe that's why they did it.
Okay.
Well,
But
that's
but what's weird about it is that there's no explanation as to how it even works. Like, why are they okay with working for a
Remember Batman
like
Eternal?
Black Ops?
They also had like a Rebirth
Shady
era
leader.
Superman poster.
There's a Hush
This is
Batman
why-
poster.
It
This
gets
is what's weird about this, is like, yeah, sure, kids would idolize these heroes and like have posters of them, but that's not what this universe's version of those heroes look like.
I said that was Shazam, yeah. What's really funny because there's a bunch of comic images, and then there's just a Jason Momoa Aquaman and a Gal Gadot Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, and those I think are just variant covers.
Oh, they probably are. I just mean like it's funny because the rest are just generic. Like I said, there's like a Batman Hush image in the background, and then the rest it's like, oh, those don't look exactly like the traditional characters, so we changed them.
And then just wait and see what we do with this room later.
How do you know how long he was in that tomb?
Yeah.
Because it said established however many years ago on top.
Oh.
You know, at that fandom, they actually duped me into thinking that this is going to be a much more, like, dark and brooding movie than it ended up being.
No, I was excited for this movie. I don't think, at least on paper, I don't think The Rock is terrible casting for Black Adam.
Yeah.
It's just he doesn't want to play Black Adam. He wants to play The Rock with superpowers.
Hayden Spring, yes, John Ostrander did put bombs in the Justice Society's necks. Did you guys see that cool setup where he's watching a Clint Eastwood Western?
They're going to pay that off.
Oh.
If I hadn't seen it, the subtitles would have given it away because it's like music from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly playing on the TV in the background.
Oh, what I love about it is that it, like when I first saw this, I was like, oh, that's like the RoboCop moment where he spins the gun, and then they pay it off like 10 minutes later. It's like, oh, I thought that was going to be something that pays off at the end. But, I mean, at least it paid off, I guess.
Oh, I think that's Superman posters from the Bendis run. I think that's his Superman #1 or whatever.
Oh, weird.
I hate this kid, and I really wish he'd shut up.
He's John Connor, John.
No, he's Ezra Miller's Flash.
No, I mean, like, in the
Oh,
role, like, his
Yeah.
role, you have the mom, you have the kid, and the big guy that's, like, not fully
No, 'cause
human.
I do think there's an interesting movie to be made with Black Adam and like waking up to see this country that he loved years later is still kind of in the same place, and like him going on a mission to free it, but he's not a hero in the traditional sense. But like I said, it's The Rock just wants to be The Rock with superpowers.
Yeah.
You don't say
Also-
affirmative or some shit like that.
Also,
Black
it's been a
Adam-
while since I've read anything with Black Adam in it. Does he use lightning like that?
He's got lightning
Yeah, he's got
powers
lightning
like
powers.
Shazam.
More so in the New 52 era. That's the thing for both of them. Same with the Flash. It's like everyone just does more lightning stuff than they used to in the New 52.
Well, you know, Robert, the worst thing about the Flash is they didn't create lightning lightsabers and.
Oh God.
Why is this cut like this? That was nuts. They keep doing this push in on Dwayne Johnson. They just
And they
jumping
kept
back
cutting
and forth.
during the push.
It's so weird. But no, Austin.
But remember,
I was just doing John Connor. Somebody brought up John Connor. That's a John Connor.
Why is Black Adam like staying here with these people? I get that he was hurt, but why didn't he just wake up and leave? Why is he humoring these people?
Because he's talking to this kid. He's learning to become more human.
Why can't you use a door?
No.
This is the character that 5 seconds ago attacked the TV like a dog seeing another dog on the TV.
So that's one of the infamous things about this movie is that he refuses to use doors, and everybody makes fun of that.
Well, you know why?
Why is he
Because of his
recovering so
culture.
slowly?
It's because of his culture. It comes from his culture.
He comes from his culture, yeah.
You know, in the last commentary, I was praising how the Suicide Squad brings the Corto Maltese to life, and you get a real sense of geography and locations, and that here it's like, yeah, we're just on a set or a green screen. Like, there's no personality to Konnor in this movie.
Oh, I really need this kid to stop talking.
No, he this is where he's telling him to say "Hasta la vista, baby." You tell him the Man in Black sent you.
Get off the stairs.
Someone in the live chat named the Day Ghost said this movie really wants to be T2. I agree.
It does. It's true.
I agree with that commenter.
So wait, Austin, you're feeling the need to write comments in the chat?
No, because
So that
I
we-
was responding
I
to someone
know.
specifically
I
who
know.
said who brought up John Connor because you said that I brought up.
I
John
know,
Connor,
but it's a good
and then I-
strategy though, where he's like, I can't get enough of the things in that I want to say. If I type something really interesting, maybe someone on the panel will read it.
No, I was. Someone else was talking. I was not going to stop it just to be like, yes, I was the one who brought up John Connor.
What Austin's gonna do is he's gonna put his thoughts in the chat.
And I was already talking about the T2 stuff.
He's gonna type whatever he wants to say in the chat, and then be like, "Oh, somebody in the chat said this," and then just read his own comment. Adam Arch said he'd rather watch Morbius than this. I mean, I have to wait till the movie's over, but so far I'm liking this more than Morbius. Low bar, I know, but somebody named Geekvolution said, "Read my comment. It's very important." I don't know that name. I don't think they've ever.
You didn't even read all of his name, dummy.
I shortened it. Leave me alone.
Do you read a sentence? Do you read the first word and go, "Yep, I got the gist of that"?
I hate you.
I know.
It's because of your culture.
I'm getting major Black Panther vibes from this set.
Oh yeah.
It really wants to be. Well, because I
Well,
didn't
Hawkman's
realize.
just straight up wearing like a T'Challa outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he first showed up, I didn't realize who that was, and I was like, "Oh, like why does this look like Black Panther?" Like,
You got him and Shuri both in this scene.
yeah.
John, the guy playing Hawkman was in that Invisible Man movie. He's the friend that she stays with, who has the daughter.
Oh, I never did see
Oh,
him.
he is the cop. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that guy a lot. I hope he shows up in the DCU somewhere.
He did.
Him?
It's in Black Adam.
It is weird.
Like I said,
to me that
Hawkman
we're-
and Doctor Fate could have been cool.
It is weird to me that we're finally into movies that are this recent, because I keep thinking this is a little longer ago than it was.
It feels like a lifetime ago.
What happened to Austin?
I dropped my phone.
The statue looks very real.
He's like, I have to
It is
fight
real.
this statue now.
You think they built that?
They did build it. I saw the whole behind the scenes video where they were like, "We built this in real,"
On Rock and Roll?
and it was fully there.
I just hope that Black Adam does a rock bottom in this movie. That would be great.
He can't do that. He's got to be like. "Phew."
Oh.
Oh god, he just stole Scott Eastwood's walkie-talkie. Don't do Rick Flag
Just
like
shoot
that.
him. Like, why are you chasing him down? You have guns.
Shoot that kid.
Yeah, John's like, why don't they shoot this child?
And of course,
Robert, who's more annoying, this kid or Justin from Turbo and Power Rangers movie?
Oh, Justin.
it's definitely Justin. But this kid is a close
Oh,
second.
true.
At least I'm feeling that way right now. But of course, you've got a mainstream, quote-unquote, anti-hero movie where you've got to have a kid that's obsessed with superheroes that has to teach your anti-hero how to be a superhero.
Yeah.
And they're going to try to do the Deadpool thing and be like, no, he refuses to ever be a hero, but it's very much in that mold that we can't get away from with these, where you more or less end up with just a flat-out superhero movie that is really patting itself on the back for doing something different.
Yeah. Stussy in the live chat pointed out he also voices Jon Stewart in the animated Tomorrowverse.
Oh, cool.
Weird.
I heard that
I
movie
didn't know that
sucked.
because he's in one movie and it sucked.
It's also weird because one of the taglines for this movie, like I mentioned earlier, was "The Age of Heroes is over," and I'm like, the DCEU is the last place to say that, because I wasn't convinced from the beginning I was looking at heroic characters necessarily.
No, he's like barely more of an anti-hero than Henry Cavill's Superman.
Yeah.
Yes.
Here we go.
They're both
We're
just
paying
as
it up.
stoic.
What are we doing? This
We're
is
paying that.
We
We're
did
paying
that
that
the
moment
other
off.
Why is this still going?
Does it
It's
know?
set up and payoff.
Does it know how much of a self-parody it is? Like, does it have any idea?
No, that's why it's great.
Yeah, it really plays earnest, and it's embarrassing. I forgot just how
It's
embarrassing
also-
this was.
This movie does a bad job making his power set look cool in relation to these bad guys, where we establish right off the bat that these bullets do absolutely nothing to him, but then he's like arbitrarily blocking or catching them, and it's supposed to be really cool. Or that moment where it's like there's absolutely no stakes to it. Like, why are we doing this drawn out
Well, and it's also
gunfighter
funny, we're gonna
homage?
make a big deal out he's like the best hero or like anti-hero or whatever. And as much as I like, like Dr. Fate or Hawkman,
Mhm.
that's the best you could get to prove that he's like the best. Like, if The Rock is gonna treat this like wrestling, treat it like wrestling. You have to get a big name to job out to Black Adam to make him look better, so that when he goes to face Superman, it's like, this is a real like thing people want to see. Nobody's gonna care if he beats people they haven't heard of.
No, it's Pierce Brosnan.
Oh, that's just the Black Panther shot when he steps out of the ship.
He never freezes, Robert.
And I don't know, Black Panther, or not Black Panther, Black Adam versus the Justice Society should be fun, but it's like one fight. Like, that's not even really what this movie is. It's like just this fight.
But then he gets to fight Satan later.
That's true.
Also, I am so tired of the like nanotech.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. We need to stop.
John is endorsing Hulk Hogan being the main antagonist in this movie. Maybe like 30 years ago.
No, it should be like 7-year-old Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, that Hawkman suit is not great. Oh, I forgot Intergang was in this.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
Yeah, they've like taken over this town, this country.
Like, Intergang is a Metropolis thing. Like,
yes.
Why did we just appropriate that name? Like, that's organized crime in Metropolis.
We're setting up that he's going to fight Superman.
But why is there no place for him in the world of man? Like, he hasn't done anything to attack people attacking him.
This is so unearned.
Well, and he just... I don't know if you guys agree with this, but he just doesn't feel old world enough. Like, he's just Dwayne Johnson. Like...
Mm-hmm.
That combined with things like he somehow knows what a grenade does, and I have to be... I keep needing exposition to remind me how ancient he's supposed to be, and that he's been, like... He's been buried forever, like Rita Repulsa or something.
I think it would help if his dialogue was a little more
lofty.
Yeah,
lofty.
No, it needs to be more heightened.
He's just talking like The Rock.
Yep.
Hmm. Look, it's the Doctor Strange mirror dimension scene.
Yeah, this Man Out of Time stuff's just not working. There's a plug for FedEx. We got to get our product placement here. And KFC.
Ooh, KFC.
And guess? See, this is how you know he's going to fight Superman. These are cinematic parallels.
How do you know that?
Dr. Fate explained it to him.
Yeah. There was not a debrief. There was a briefing.
Yeah, but how do they know that applies to this guy?
Tyler, if Intergang usually operates beyond Metropolis, I didn't know that. I've only ever seen that as organized crime in Metropolis.
Same.
Name. The way
Big
people say some actors have iPhone face, I've never heard that. Is that a thing? iPhone face? Dwayne Johnson has The Rock face. You know he knows he's The Rock in every second. Yeah, no, and of course he's got to do a signature eyebrow thing. And like we were talking in the previous commentary about actors who are decent but don't have a lot of range. And like I'm kind of okay with, even though it's sometimes a little bit distracting, like this is a very famous actor that I've seen in things, and so it's hard to let him completely disappear in the thing, especially because he's just doing the thing he usually does. But with the right script, that could work a lot better. To John's point, where you just make the dialogue a lot more heightened.
The Rock is
like,
one of the most charismatic people I've ever seen. If you just give him a mic and let him talk, he's great.
Well, and John Cena's so perfectly cast for that version of Peacemaker, but a lot of that is Gunn's writing and direction. Here, it's just not clicking.
We keep casting The Rock as generic, no nonsense, stoic people. The Rock is a talker. Let him talk. Let him be charismatic and funny. That's what he's good at. That's why the first Jumanji movie, I think, is one of the best movies he's done in recent times.
Yeah.
He got to be funny.
No, I agree. That's a really good point. They're trying to do stoic and monosyllabic with him.
I don't know if you've ever seen The Rundown, Cap. That's an action movie he did in like the early 2000s with Sean William Scott. He's also really funny in that at times.
Okay.
And that's got Walken in it.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. But yeah, I do think he's legitimately funny in that Jumanji movie.
Or anything, but yeah, I didn't see that third one they did, but
it's fine. It's just kind of the same thing again, but like the writing's at the same level. Like it's more of the same. It's not really worth watching, but if you end up seeing it on an airplane or something, it's good. I mean, it's fine. It's good enough.
Because and that feels like just a sequel to that one, so that feels like Jumanji 2, but it's actually the third one.
Yeah. Oh, the multiple Dr. Faces
should be cooler than his. Yeah.
No.
Some of this is okay.
I've seen this fight done better in Dragon Ball Z.
It probably took a lot longer, though.
Name asks, do any of you think The Rock could have worked as Black Adam if he debuted under Gunn's direction writing? Like, I'm not sure Cena's Peacemaker would work under someone else's. I mean, I said it earlier. I don't think The Rock is bad casting for Black Adam. You just have to work within what The Rock is good at. And I think Gunn could have done that.
I'll say I think The Rock is really bad casting for Black Adam. But maybe, I guess.
This also just isn't even really justifying its premise. This is one of those movies where we're almost 50 minutes in and I'm going, I'm just not really sure why I'm here, except if I'm in the theater. I paid money to sit down and watch this. Like, what is the incentive to keep my attention, to keep me watching this? Really, the only thing I have to grasp onto...
How badass Black Adam is.
The thing is, and like, this is going to sound really superficial, and I'm not really caring for like action and performances that much so far, but I'm probably at least slightly more invested if I go see this in the theater if it's called Justice Society and not Black Adam. Because right now it's watching like a Justice Society movie where Black Adam is their antagonist. And it is a little bit weird to have
more of a Birds of Prey movie than Birds of Prey.
Sure, absolutely. Like like
in terms of like for Justice Society, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you meant in terms of
Birds. No, that's like a flip where that should have had that should have had Harley Quinn's name. That should have had Harley Quinn's name at the front. Because it's a Birds of Prey movie second. This feels like a Justice Society movie first.
Yeah. Well, and what's interesting, it's been a long time since I've read this. But I think this whole like showdown with him and the JSA or whatever is from 52, because I know he has a whole like subplot in that and fights like the League or something.
Yeah, the guy playing Atom Smasher here was originally cast as He-Man for that reboot, but now it's somebody else because that movie's been in development hell for forever.
Yeah.
I always thought Atom Smasher and this looked like just a recolor of Deadpool's costume, especially the way they do the eyes. And in the theater they had Atom Smasher popcorn buckets in my theater, and it literally looked the same. It was just blue Deadpool.
Yeah, because like
what Pepsi? We got Pepsi.
See, no one cares.
Like an hour into this movie, and I feel like nothing's happening.
What do you mean nothing's happened? We've had like 5 action sequences.
Yeah, Black Adam, he'd done a woke, and then he killed some
the
folk,
action is fine.
and then
CGI
he
isn't
fought
great.
the JSA.
And that's what we've accomplished in 50 minutes.
If this were the Snyder Cut, we'd be like 3 hours in.
Oh, whatever.
With no extra plot points in the middle of that.
I mean, he's not wrong.
No, I'm not wrong.
He's very wrong.
I'm not wrong at all. They
You
have
are.
the same level of plot.
Austin, let's read some of these comments from Patreon.
Okie dokie.
Back to Daniel Davis. Favorite scene that Sabat gets haphazardly introduced in the last act with only the faintest hit of his existence, just so we can have a cinematic big CGI fight. Amazing lazy screenwriting 101. What I'd change so much, including the movie not being made in the first place, but I'd cut out the intro narration, so superfluous. And most surprising thing, this movie made more money than The Flash and The Marvels. Wow, did it? Amazing in retrospect.
Better than The Flash.
But it also speaks to how far the comic movie brand has fallen in the years since then.
Captain Coon edited his comment, so we added more to it.
Oh, wow.
He says, I haven't seen it before and still haven't because I have work early in the morning, so I'm heading to bed.
We talked over it, but this scene is very preachy, where she's like, "Why haven't you guys been here while Intergang invaded our country?" And it's like, I don't know these people. This is so awkward.
No, it's
like they're ostensibly superheroes, but what have they been doing?
Well, no, and it's weird too because, like you said, you could just relabel this as a Justice Society movie. But the problem is that the Justice Society feel like the bad guys.
Yes,
they are.
Well, that's true. Yeah, because Amanda Waller is sending them places.
Well, yeah, and like even if they are really here to like liberate this place,
conduct.
Yeah, they haven't done anything. They just saw Black Adam fighting armed soldiers and were like, "You are clearly the problem here."
I mean, I think that's what she's saying. Like, they pop in, see Black Adam, and immediately fight him. But, like, these armed soldiers have taken over their country.
That's a real subtle social commentary there, Austin.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot that, like, 30% of this movie was just him staring at that statue.
That's a good. I mean, if you're gonna build that for real, you should, keep showing it.
Didn't we see this already?
But now we get to see more.
Oh.
And then later on, we will also get to see more.
Oh, I forgot about that.
But at least unlike Birds of Prey, it's not just all the same footage 3 times.
Well, he was there. I don't know why you have to explain all this to him.
No, why didn't you show this when the Justice Society was talking to her?
We already know this.
See, they're finally paying off that empty 7th seat, Austin.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. You have the full Shazam family here.
Oh, he's that creepy uncle, isn't he?
He is.
Bag Studios' best scene, as goofy of a needle drop as it is, I like the painted black action scene fine. Okay, would change, make it a Justice Society movie. Hey, I said that. It's begging to be, and it wouldn't surprise me if there was a Justice Society script somewhere that got smushed into this. That's a great point. That totally could have happened.
Stop floating.
No. He doesn't follow your rules, Robert. He plays by his own rules. He doesn't even play by his own. He doesn't follow any rules.
He'll float too.
John, that's Black Adam's version of Clark's Loft. Like, if this was a TV show, every episode would end with him up there staring at that statue talking to Lana.
Yes. Cap, when are we doing Counting Black Adam?
We're doing it right now. Count him.
Okay, but there's at least one.
What? One! Okay, let me finish this. Bag's biggest surprise, that I had a much better time than so many others seem to, but I have a sneaking suspicion I won't still feel this way by the time you're reading this. Mostly because I was surprised to enjoy the Justice Society elements, not knowing anything much about the team beforehand. It does feel like it thinks it needs them to keep, like, you know, any fan interest in this. Like, it's almost throwing its hands up in the air and going, Black Adam is not well known enough for his own movie.
And we need to sell more toys.
Well, I think just that and, like,
that worked out.
What else do you do with a Black Adam movie? Like, what solo comics does he have?
Yeah.
And like John said, this is adapting. Like, I think it's Jeff Johns that did him versus the JSA, so I guess it's just doing that. Serial When Pigs Fly. My favorite Superman scene. The thing I would change is putting Shazam in the movie. The thing that surprised me was that it wasn't the worst film in the DC. And then question: do you know what The Rock is cooking?
I don't think anybody does.
He's cooking a delicious meal, clearly.
Well, it sounds like, from what John was saying earlier, that when he came back and thought people were going to care about him in wrestling, he could have said that, and then everybody would be like, "We don't care what you're cooking, The Rock. Go back and make
The Rock.
Go back."
This is so weird. Like,
Black
he just
Adam
woke
movies.
up like he just woke up like 20 minutes ago.
No, I know nobody but me here cares about wrestling, but it was just really interesting with the way that this whole thing worked out. And then he went back and tried to, like, make himself the main star, and it trended on Twitter for like 3 days. Like, no, stop, just, we don't want you. And they ended up actually pivoting there too. So he didn't get his way either way.
Was it like he felt rejected when this didn't perform, so he had to, like, go back to where he thought he was still beloved, and then that didn't work either?
Yes.
That's just sad.
Because
that also happened with Fast and Furious. He's back in those again after that falling out.
Because the Rock is just one of those people that he can always come back and just do like a 30-second bit or something, and like people cheer. But then he tried to insert himself into the main story that was going on at the time, and people were like, no, like, we're invested in this. We want to see this thing happen, not this.
Yeah, John, I think he comes back at like the very end of, I think it's the 10th Fast and Furious movie. Like, I'm back, and everyone's like,
Oh.
I'm doing these again.
I guess him and Vin Diesel are no longer fighting.
Yeah.
He's back just in time for the 11th movie.
Well, they're both irrelevant enough. They need each other to feel relevant again.
Yeah, exactly. But, Cap, Vin Diesel is your favorite character, Bloodshot.
It's blood sport, okay? It's... Get it right.
Oof.
Robert.
He's also
release the child.
What is that thing? Carman, I think. Is that what it's called?
Carman.
Oh no, it's Wheelman. That's what it is.
I don't even know what that is.
Do you guys know what Wheelman is?
No.
My brother showed me this the other day. So he was making a movie called Wheelman, and they had a video game tie-in, but the movie got canceled, but the video game tie-in still came out. And the video game tie-in is just Grand Theft Auto, except you play as Vin Diesel. But let's say you're driving in your car, you can hit a button, and then you jump out of your car into another car.
So Austin,
it's amazing.
I want to play that now.
Yeah, no, it is like the great. Yeah, Vin Diesel. No,
Okay.
it's the greatest game ever.
No, that is funny because do you remember the Spy Hunter games?
Vaguely.
They did the same thing with The Rock, where when they moved to the PS2 era, they got him, and I think they were hoping to do like a movie if that game sold well. So like his face is on the cover, and he's supposed to be in the game and everything, and that game just flopped, so that movie never happened.
But that's at least like they put him in a game, and we're like, oh, maybe we'll make a movie. Like Wheelman was just a video game tie-in to an original movie. It's just GTA but you're Vin Diesel.
Does the timing not feel awkwardly convenient that Black Adam shows up in the exact same time period, like after being buried for, centuries, the same time period as Billy Batson becomes Shazam, and then they still don't even meet?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it helps that I don't know when this takes place in relation to that first Shazam movie.
Well, I mean...
Yeah, and I think this is almost made first.
It's still present day, so like, any way you slice it, the timing is weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like, centuries and centuries go by, and then he comes out around the same time as you have that Shazam, but then they also don't meet. Like, the whole reason to contrive that would be so they could be on screen together. Like, this almost works better if it's a period piece. I never had that thought before. But if you're gonna do a Justice Society, there's no reason this has to be present day if you don't plan to ever have Black Adam and Shazam be on screen together. So just set it in like the 40s or the 50s.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say the 90s with like some of the needle drops.
Well,
I don't
sure.
know a lot about the JSA.
But Justice Society immediately puts you in like the 40s or something.
I don't know much about the JSA. Who is that woman that like?
I think isn't her name like Cyclone?
Hilarious.
Yeah, I think she's a more modern member, like from the Jeff Johns Justice Society era.
Like Kill Hawkman.
Also, like, I know
Adam
that
March,
the
Carman
JSA
is related to Cap's ATM Man. Thanks for bringing that back. ATM Man. I love ATM Man. Sorry, John.
I know that the JSA is here, so we do kind of get like a superpowered fight. But why is the villain of your Black Adam movie just like generic goons?
They're intergang.
Well, we're gonna get the real boss villain.
Exactly, we're gonna get. Satan.
I mean, I think they're called Intergang so they seem less generic for, the, like, 5 fans that know what Intergang is.
Now, if it was Satan from Smiling Friends, this movie would be a 10 out of 10. I want to see Black Adam fight that Satan.
I love how calm Pierce Brosnan walks into this room where a man is just dying on the floor.
Why do we always have to do that joke? Anytime you have a kid, like, that's a trope, right? Anytime you have a character that has doctor in their name and they're not a medical doctor, you always have that moment where somebody is in some kind of physical trouble and they have to say, I'm not that kind of doctor.
Yes.
Austin, I need Dr. Fate to get into like a 20-minute argument with a barista while the plot is happening around him.
Oh my god. That is like the most ridiculous scene in any movie.
Name, this whole movie feels like a video game that never leaves the first level. It definitely feels like a video game.
They should have made a video game tie-in for this. The Rock could have been like, we're bringing back the hierarchy of video game tie-in.
I mean, it would be the closest we get to a Superman game for a while.
Yep.
I just hope you wouldn't have to play as the stupid kid.
No, I would throw this kid off a cliff.
The kid is like Mary Jane and PS4 Spider-Man. Just every now and then you have to get back to him and be stealthy.
That is the worst edited version of that Silence of the Lambs gag I've ever seen. John, remember in Silence of the Lambs when they make you think that the FBI are about to catch Buffalo Bill, and then, oh no, it's Clarice there. The FBI are in a different house.
Yes.
That scene had The Rock rip off the hood of that like little vehicle. We see the kid. We cut back to The Rock, and then we cut back to it being empty, and then we cut back to the kid with the bad guy. Where it's so poorly edited and confusing.
It's changing the hierarchy of editing, Robert. You just don't get it because you're a normie.
Did you guys see how much Dr. Fate was talking with his hands?
Yeah.
He looked like a Power Rangers villain.
This is also awkward. Oh, sorry.
What was the last superhero movie tie-in game? It was Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Yeah, probably that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That game sucks.
No, nanobots are not cool. We're all tired of them.
Well, and this is awkward because Atom Smasher and Cyclone are supposed to be like her Eisen new recruit characters, but you still don't get nearly enough time to live in this world and understand this team.
No, this movie barely ever takes a breath. It's like this is the closest to downtime you get, and it doesn't last any amount of time. Look at that.
It's because downtime isn't badass.
Well, we're back in the bedroom. That's the downtime room.
Exactly. That too.
If nobody's breathing heavily, nobody's watching.
Why did you break into my home and just sit down?
I'm very old.
I'm tired.
Somebody in the live chat mentioned that Far From Home had a VR tie-in game.
It did, and it's awesome.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that counts. I think Homecoming did too. But it's really fun.
You know what, Austin? You know how I wasn't really like getting Madam Web? I don't know why you like that movie. I kind of get it with this. This is went from like it's reached that level of stupidity where it's turned around to like I kind of like this.
This isn't full Madam Web.
Yeah, I never had that with this, but
this is more, I think, funny. Just like I said in retrospect, where it's like it's that Deadpool up its own ass thing. But
I mean that might be why I'm enjoying it. But it's just like,
no, for sure.
The fact that he just refuses to use a door is really funny.
They're trying to do this thing where he doesn't understand sarcasm, and he's completely deadpan.
I'm also getting really sick of that.
Yeah, and part of the reason that's not working, again, is because he talks to present day in the first place. But see, he's so different from all the altruistic, lovable heroes of this universe, Robert. Because he's cold and emotionless, and he'll just drop people to their death if he doesn't get what he wants, or at least make them think he's going to do that. And that's so different from Superman and BVS.
Consider this mercy.
Yeah, yep, exactly. Look, if Black Adam wanted it, you'd be dead already.
It's true.
It's so different.
So Oscar, with what you were having with the saying about the Deadpool thing, this is also the Deadpool and Colossus thing, where Colossus is like trying to be a traditional hero, but the movie makes him look like a wuss for doing it.
Oh, sure.
Yep.
This movie's like, these people care about lives. How dumb is that?
They at least try to make Hawkman more of a character than a one-note joke. Like Colossus, I guess. Like both aren't great.
And
could you try to lead him out of this house?
I mean, he's already ruined it, Cap.
Yeah, well, there's nothing left to ruin.
Cap, we only have 5 sets in this movie.
I have to take Tums. I'm tired. My stomach hurts.
I love just the like amused like confusion on Dr. Fate's face. What are we doing?
Now we're gonna go ruin this kid's bedroom.
Yeah, get it? The other
Like
DC heroes are dumb.
Yeah, no, that's
They're
exactly
getting
what
wrecked.
we're doing. See, this is how we're
He
changing
punched through
the.
the Superman logo.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's foreshadowing.
This is how we're.
That was like straight up the Doomsday cover.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, and I don't know if they did this on purpose, but probably there's a famous cover, and actually, I think it's the it's not even a cover. I think it's
That
the
was such a
box
weird
for the
cut.
Super Nintendo Death of Superman game, but it might be somewhere else also. That's like the Doomsday hand going through the logo, like in the center.
That's
of
what I'm
it.
talking about.
Yeah, it's
I
exactly
didn't.
that.
I thought it was a cover, but if it's just the cover of the game, I guess I just had it wrong. But
Well, I think that
that's
was used
exactly what I
for
was
like
talking about.
a novelization and some different things.
Oh, okay.
That was such a
I'm not
weird
sure.
cut. They cut from them fighting in that kid's bedroom to the crown to now they're on the ship.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
that scene is over.
That scene
Now we're
was
in a
very
new scene.
symbolic of the macho stupid point of this movie, which is just The
What?
Rock is cooler than DC Comics.
Cap, I'm pretty confident saying that the best live action Hawkman is still in Smallville.
Yeah, and
Yep.
he's irritating.
Oh. Hopefully, we get like a real Aquaman.
He's just
in the
so
DCU
mad
soon.
for no reason.
So Austin, just because I don't know if you'll ever get there, but they do the reincarnation one. So it's the like angry because he's kind of ready to go and start the process over again.
Mhm.
Yeah, Jeff
Yeah,
Johns
because
wrote that.
Hawkgirl's dead by the time we meet Hawkman in
Yeah.
that show, right?
So he's ready to die and start the reincarnation over again. It is crazy how many like adaptations of Hawkman and Hawkgirl we have now.
Yeah, they're in Legends.
Yeah.
This
We
banter
can still
is
do better.
wonderful.
No, we can still do better. Like I said, Smallville was the best one. I don't mean that it's great. It's just it's the best one.
Yep, exactly.
What's with that robe?
He's tired.
That was awkward
Been a long
because
day
Dr.
for
Fate
him.
was like sarcasm again, and then Black Adam was like very much so, and then Dr. Fate says just checking, and I was like, wait a minute, before it was you that was doing sarcasm, and it was Black Adam that didn't understand sarcasm. Like,
Robert, his robe also kind of looks like the T'Challa one when he goes to see his new suit in Black Panther. Now he's in a Black Panther costume.
It's also weird that Kent Nelson's wife isn't in this, or at least even mentioned. He's just kind of there.
Robert, you have to remember they probably don't know who that is.
Oh, okay.
That was John's character arc in the stream. He was asking those questions at the beginning, and I was like, John, and now he's learned.
Yeah, that's a whole character arc. I went from not caring about this movie to being somewhat amused by it.
somebody should make
John's given in.
somebody should make a Dr. Fate mod for the N64 007 game. For GoldenEye. Be hilarious.
You press
That'd
like
be
one button and it
weird.
just spawns in more of you. You can just spam that.
Stop.
Draven asks, "Do you think Gunn will give a super liberal Green Arrow versus super conservative Hawkman?" I don't know about Hawkman, but I assume we'll get liberal Green Arrow and conservative Green Lantern.
Mhm.
Yeah, at the very least, we'll get that for Green Arrow, I would think.
I've never really heard of Green Arrow and Hawkman in that kind of dynamic.
Well, and Austin and I both really thought that they would announce Green Lantern, Green Arrow when they gave us that first slate, and then that didn't end up happening.
I assume Gunn will want to do like a solo Green Arrow thing first because we haven't had a great Green Arrow.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
The backgrounds in this movie look so AI generated. Like,
Yeah.
it was just so nebulous and weird.
No, it's really got that in common. With
I can never
the
tell
track.
where I am.
I wasn't prepared for that.
It feels very Star Trek Discovery in that way.
They built all this, Robert. I watched the behind-the-scenes video. It was built right next to that statue.
Austin's like, my uncle worked on the set of this movie. They made all this.
It's true. My uncle's Hawkman. He was
dad
working
worked
on
at Nintendo.
It's true. Before he
I don't
died
even
in the
look
war,
at it.
anyways.
Yeah, of course. We're building the very important lore of what happened to your dad. He worked at Nintendo and died in a war.
Exactly.
John, watch the movie.
What's
You're
happening?
missing this very important dialogue.
I don't know what this crown does.
It makes you powerful.
Oh.
Remember when the king wore it?
Who?
I don't know. This villain also is kind of similar to the Ghostbusters 2016 one, where he dies and then becomes Satan. It's like the guy from that. He becomes a ghost.
Hey, I don't know what you're talking about. I erased that from history.
Oh, you're right. Sorry. Yeah.
When are you guys doing the rewind commentary on that?
Never. I
On what?
erased it from
That movie.
history.
Doing the rewind commentary on what, Robert?
Ghostbusters 2016. And none of the other
I don't know what
Ghostbusters
that
movies.
is.
It's like Pete Ross.
No,
I have no
I'm-
idea what we're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
John Kelling, it's a satanic crown. Oh, good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't buy that Black Adam cares about these people.
Yeah.
You have lightning powers. Just zap them.
No.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is
I'm on.
Oh god, slow-mo angry
he's so
rock
powerful,
Vegas.
he doesn't need these other characters.
When he couldn't just attack them then because they had that force fields, that's why he wasn't just lightning them before.
Okay.
But now he's going in to kill
Well, and I
them.
forgot that they teamed up this quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I could not be less invested in what's happening right now. What is that phase?
He's making like the AI face now.
It looks like
You might
AI.
be onto something.
I wish Robert had never said that. All of this looks AI generated to me now. Every shot we
It
were
does.
quickly
It's
cutting
wonderful.
to.
Yeah.
It all looks like it was made in
It's
a.
beautiful.
I don't think there is one real thing in the last 12 shots. All quick cut
No, they
against
bu-
each other.
They built all these people. I saw it.
Yeah, your uncle worked on him.
Exactly. They were like, build the rock. And he was like, okay.
Like, he was so excited and insistent that this movie got made, it doesn't even need the actor. Dan's Den, this is so dumb.
Yep.
Adam March, I checked out about 40 minutes ago. Yeah, I think I checked out before that.
Yeah. It should be noted, I'm having a lot of fun with this. I don't know if I will like it if I watch it on my own.
This
Yeah,
is
this
definitely
is
one of
more
those
of a fun
movies you
watch
cannot
party
just
movie.
sit in a dark room by yourself and watch.
No. Never
There's-
watch this on your own.
There's no way. Because, Austin, I think you would be bored to tears if you didn't have anybody to watch this with.
I know that. I remember seeing it the first time and then the second one.
Did you see? I
The
can't
second
remember
time I
what
was
you
like
told
watching
me.
and being like, oh.
You
what?
didn't see this in the theater, right?
I almost did. Like I had tickets to see it and everything, and then we had to refund them.
Because you probably would have been completely alone.
Hey,
No,
look.
my mom really wanted to see this,
Oh,
and I
you
was
said-
over.
I
She
just
was
mean
like,
if
"I
you'd
can't
gone by
watch
yourself,
this."
there wouldn't have been anybody else in the theater. You would have been completely alone.
He's looking at the statue again.
You know what he's like? Michael
See?
Myers in
It's the
Halloween
look.
Kills when they had that stupid window thing where he's like, I just love staring at this one window.
He was really looking at himself.
This is so
Wouldn't it be better if
apropos,
somebody-
though.
when evil dies
That The
tonight-
Rock can't stop looking at his own face. Like that's so.
beautiful.
It's so unintentionally apropos. Tells you
But
everything you need to
John-
know about this project.
He's not the kid. He was actually the kid's father.
His
Did you see that
fascia.
twist? Did you see that twist coming?
Unfortunately, I did because somebody in the chat mentioned something, so I figured it was going to be something along that line.
Where did they get that from? Dark Knight Rises?
Well, you're like, look, that's not Shazam. He isn't a little boy.
Chasm.
John Kelly says, "Friends don't let friends watch Black Adam alone."
Shazam! Oh, this is the king Austin was talking about. I was paying so little attention I forgot there was king.
Yeah.
The Scorpion King?
Yes, the Scorpion King.
The Black Adam King.
Scorpion Adam.
John Kelling, friends don't let friends watch Black Adam alone.
That's true.
Austin, the hierarchy of pizza ovens is about to change.
God damn it, John.
Austin, do you have any more comments?
Yes, let's see. Did I read? Yes. Okay, this is my last one. From Super Billy. The things he liked the most, the two Henrys. I don't know who the other one is.
What?
But the thing that he would change is everything except the cast, minus discount Middle Eastern John Connor, of course. And then what he was most surprised by is how dated it felt.
Yeah, it's definitely got that
Oh, no.
mid-2000s put in a drawer thing that we always make fun of the Venom movies for. What else is like
This
that,
at least
Austin?
Weirder than
I feel like
Venom.
there's a
What?
couple. I feel like I feel like there's a couple other movies that we always laugh at for feeling like they came out in the mid-2000s, and I can't think of what they are right now.
I mean, it's basically just all those Sony villain spin-offs.
Hmm.
I guess this.
I don't remember
I'm
if I
not sure
said
nothing
that
else is
about.
coming to mind.
I don't remember if I said that about this when it came out, but I'm definitely having that right now.
It falls into a lot of the same problems that those do.
Yeah, it's just tone deaf and doesn't realize like history happened.
Oh, Super Billy. The other Henry is Winkler.
That was the one I thought we were talking about.
I'll give you that one. I don't know. I forgot that he was in this. That was so long ago.
What's the other Henry? I don't know what that means.
Henry Cavill.
Okay. Oh, because okay, I got you. We're not to that yet, so I wasn't thinking about it.
Oh, that's all.
I know we
good.
brought it up earlier, but like I just didn't have that in my head when he said that.
Go somewhere else to have this conversation.
No,
I don't.
this is his territory. This is Black Adam territory.
Yes!
Why is he giving up his power? I don't understand. I don't know what's going on.
Because he done killed the bad guy, and he's sad that his son done died like 800 years ago.
Oh.
Oh my god, it's kind of Skinny the Rock with the big head.
No, it looked like he did the Captain America thing where they like CGI'd his head onto someone else's body. We need to stop doing that. It doesn't even look good in Captain America.
No, that was rough the last time I watched that. Austin and I did
And
that.
I like that
for
movie a lot. It's
Rewind.
one of my favorite Phase 1 movies, but
I remember thinking that looked really good when it came out, and boy, it does
Mhm.
not hold up.
No.
It's good.
The best example of it is the Love Guru. They put Mike Myers' head on a little boy.
I was just gonna say it's better in some scenes than others, but overall,
Yeah. I at least think there's a better justification for it in that movie.
sure. But on paper, I kind of like the idea that he is staying in his Shazam form the whole movie, and then you kind of build to, what's it like when he finally says Shazam, and gives that up.
I think that is a Black Adam thing too. Like just that he always stays in
That he
that
always stays in
form.
it.
It is, yeah.
Well, originally that's how we defeat him, because they get him to say it, and then he just dies. Like, he just crumbles to dust.
Oh,
That's right.
That's how he dies originally.
This is making me want to read some like Shazam / Black Adam stuff.
Hey, look, it's Harcourt from the Suicide Squad.
I'm not having that at all. This is a
Like,
character
what?
I never cared about, and I care even less about after this movie comes out.
What is this location? What is this outfit? She's great in Peacemaker, though.
She's wearing the coat that Selena Kyle cut up into a costume. We finally get to see how just the coat looks. I just imagine, like, she walks into the kitchen and she's like, James, I just got cast in a movie. Oh, what movie? Black Adam. Why?
I don't know, something to do.
Yeah, for the lark.
Pays the bills.
And then, like, a month later, I just got cast in a new movie. What movie? Shazam 2.
Who are all these other metahumans that are just locked up somewhere?
I like the idea of him giving up his powers and kind of going into hibernation willingly. It's just it didn't feel earned. I don't understand why.
Right. Not all heroes wear capes.
He didn't earn anything. He didn't do anything. Throw him out of the plane.
This is embarrassing.
See if he can fly.
No.
Fly, Bobby.
No.
Just look at the rabbits.
Tell me about the rabbits.
Tell me about bears and rabbits. Our brains are
Little pig,
devolving
little pig.
right now.
Yeah,
Little pig,
this
little
is
pig.
harder to sit through
me
after the Suicide Squad. I think it might have been hard for me to sit through after anything. Like, I kind of wish this was the first movie if we had to do
Yeah, good job, Austin.
a double feature, but I kind of hoped I would have more fun with the silliness, and there have been bits, but for the most part, I've just been like, I don't want to do this right now.
A flashpoint, if you will.
Oh no. Michael Keaton is coming back, Hawkman. It's gonna suck. Flash's tooth is gonna fall out. It's George Clooney.
The world needs the Justice Society. Do they?
They do.
They haven't existed before this movie.
It's because they were doing important work before this. They were too busy.
Where were they? In space? For like 12
Yes.
movies?
They were they were in space looking for Zordon.
Oh,
No, they killed all the
okay.
Red Lanterns, the Yellow Lanterns, and just all the other lanterns.
Are you serious? I don't get Red Lanterns in this universe because of the stupid Justice Society?
Yeah.
What a
That's
load
why
of
we
crap.
have to reboot Cap.
That's fine. Maybe we'll get decent Red Lanterns.
It'll never happen, but I would love if they do the Supergirls or Red Lantern thing.
I know. I would too.
Ooh.
We gotta get back to that book. We did like the first trade and then never looked back.
Did we actually review that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't even remember
that.
reviewing that with you. Did we do that?
Yeah, we did the first Supergirl New 52 trade.
John, isn't this like the second show you've been on? What are you talking about?
I'm gonna look up that
here.
video. I think you're right, but I'm hardly remembering doing it.
Well, no, that's like Austin and I did a commentary on Friday the 13th, and I had to send him the video of us doing the commentary.
No, because he mentioned that I did it, and I was like, I don't have enough to say about that movie to do a commentary. That's not true. You're lying.
Yes.
No, we did it almost a year ago.
Oh my god.
Oh god, has it been that long?
Yes, and we
He's
talked about it for
Satan.
an hour and a half, and I forgot we did it. I remember talking to you about doing it, but I was like, wait, did we ever actually? Yes, we did. I guess we should do more of that. I'll probably reread that trade, though.
Yeah. Oh?
Evil. He's fighting for the dark side.
Yeah, because it's a satanic crown,
Oh wait,
remember?
this movie's not over? I thought the movie was over.
No, that Satan is
Oh,
coming, dude.
Oh god.
You're in the third act.
What are
Yeah.
you showing me here? Come on.
You're in the end
It's
game now.
Satan. What the bloody hell is that? No, actually.
I do think this movie is maybe a little bit better without Black Adam in it, but
Yay!
Maybe not.
Another CGI bad guy.
Well, it's part of his
Is
culture.
there any heroes in this universe that don't think guns will fix everything?
you know, I really wasn't expecting Jafar to show up.
Can we please get the genie in here somehow?
He's still more charismatic than live action Jafar somehow.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know because I didn't watch that.
Don't do that.
I have no intention.
Are there any of those live action Disney remake films that don't completely ruin their villains, or at the very least, like, make them a lot lamer?
Yes.
I remember liking the Jungle Book. Whichever
But
one
he's
has
still-
Idris Elba.
Yeah, the
Shere
villains-
Khan, but he's still a lot lamer though compared to the animated one.
Yeah, the one
He is
though
probably the
that
best
was-
one.
That was great, and I feel like you and I have had this conversation, but Beauty and the Beast has a perfect Gaston. Just spitting image.
What's his
Perfect.
face?
Luke Evans.
Luke Evans, thank you. Yeah, I still haven't seen that.
Adam Arch and Draven are agreeing with me. Get out of here, Austin.
No, I like
He's
that
so
Jungle Book
lame.
movie too, but I don't
Animated.
I don't remember
Shere
the
Khan.
villain being the
Animated
I mean,
Shere
Shere
Khan is
Khan
like
is
the
better,
biggest
but I'm
pimp in the
saying that
universe,
gonna ruin it.
and the live action one's just like, "Meh, I'm gonna get you."
John Kelling's also agreeing with me.
The only thing I remembered was that the snake is Scarlett Johansson, which was kind of bizarre.
But
I
you
can't
get Walken
remember.
as King
Walking
Louis.
as King Louis is
That was-
peak though.
That was pretty great.
And that's another
The only thing
Idris
I don't
Elba
like
movie
about
that made like
that
$1 billion.
The only thing I was disappointed with him as King Louis is, from what memory, they cut short the "I Want to Be Like You" song.
Yes. When it has a whole other verse in the one they
I can't
recorded.
remember. Does he actually sing in that, or does he just speak it?
So in the actual
Both.
movie, in that scene, he's kind of speak talking, but there is a version that plays over the credits where he's more so singing it.
Oh, weird.
Because there's an awesome part where he goes like full walking, and he's like, all the jungle's treasures ours," in the middle of the song. And it's amazing.
What's really amazing is that we're watching this, what's supposed to be this giant epic fight, and all we can talk about is live-action Disney movies.
Well, I don't
This
care
looks
about
like
this
one of
Hawk,
those.
Hawkman. I don't
gonna
know
say.
anything about him.
Mm.
Well,
They
he's
can't
like a
even-
bird.
Again, that's this
They
whole
can't
movie is
even
just...
decide which
why am I supposed
version
to
of
care?
Hawkman this is.
Speaking of birds and Jafar, though, they even cut Iago live action Aladdin. It's
Yeah.
stupid.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not in that.
Yeah.
Oh, and
How-
He
Jafar
maybe
is
has a parrot,
boring.
but it can't speak. If he does,
Yeah.
That's so dumb. Why would you do
Well,
that?
because that villain has no charisma at all, and they're just not interested in him seeing like chewing scenery or anything.
No, I was out when Will Smith was casted as the genie. I didn't see it, and I don't know.
Unfortunately, I
To
did
me, there's
see
only
it, and
there's only
no.
one genie, and that's Robin Williams. Like nobody
You
was
don't-
gonna cast was gonna be good, but
Well, so the thing with Will Smith as the genie is I'm like, he's at least very different than Robin Williams. The issue is that they want to have it both ways, where they want to make it
Right.
different because it's Will Smith, but then they also want him to do the Robin Williams thing. So he's like stuck in between. I do think, maybe not Will Smith specifically, but I do think that is the correct choice to make it somebody completely different and just do something else with it.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
I-
if you're gonna do that, it has to be something.
And the first step is you don't make him blue at all. Like that just immediately separates the performances
Yeah.
and
Yeah, that could be part of it, but it's
I guess
It's
I could have
awkward.
casted Patton
Why
Oswalt
Well,
would you
or someone
kill
like
because-
that.
the best casting in this movie?
because
I don't
Austin
know.
he's not blue the whole time. I don't know if you know that, but he goes back and forth.
No, I know. I've seen it.
Oh, I didn't know if you'd seen it.
Yeah,
And so
that
that's
movie's
part
awful.
of that's part of what makes it feel like what you're saying, that it wants to have its cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
Was that these are the parts where we want it to feel more like Robin Williams, and I'm like, that's dumb. Either have him blue the whole time or not have him blue at all.
Yeah, and then the rap version of "Friend Like Me" is really awkward.
Yeah.
So back to
John
this movie.
Kelly says Iago is voiced by Alan Tudyk, and he's just a regular macaw. That's even weirder than why would you get Alan Tudyk if you're not going to give him anything to do?
I didn't even remember
Because he's really good at doing bird noises.
him having a voice. That was weird. It was like in the helmet.
I
Yeah.
like this idea in concept. It just doesn't
Remember,
It just doesn't look good.
remember that really cool fight scene in the Suicide Squad when it's Rick Flag and Peacemaker, and it's in the reflection on Peacemaker's helmet. Yeah, this isn't as good as that.
See, I was thinking because the way it's shot, like with the different versions of him coming at, I was like, remember when Spider-Man jumped through portals to fight Thanos?
Yep.
But
Now-
I mean, that is a cool idea for how like Doctor Fate would fight. It's just poorly rendered because probably 75% of this movie's budget went to the
Now
Rock.
Black Adam looks like a Mortal Kombat character.
Oh my god!
Why is this edited like a trailer?
Why are they beating this man?
Because he's in prison.
Because he broke out.
Yeah, he broke out of prison.
And yeah, this stuff looks very AI. I usually don't go to that criticism because it's really lazy and everyone does it now, but it's true for this movie.
I don't know. It's a. I don't know.
If it
think it's
feels that
AI,
way,
it's
it feels
bad
that way.
CGI. Okay, so shouldn't he?
Oh,
just
is that
be a
his whole
normal
thing?
Guy? How is he like
I
shrugging?
never
off
got
these
that from it,
fights,
but okay.
these blows?
Because he's badass, John.
He's insecure
Yeah.
about the Wizards not choosing him, and so he doesn't feel like he's worthy. I got no sense that he was insecure about that. We've also been talking
No,
about
I
this
think he-
movie.
I think he
Black
mentions
Adam
that
movie
in
doesn't
the-
for the character of Black Adam at all.
Okay,
I think he maybe mentions that when he's talking about when his son died.
I see. I see.
Like his son was worthy for it, maybe, but then he wasn't because he killed people.
Why did Doctor Fate change his mind about Black Adam all of a sudden?
Because he's desperate.
Yes.
Yeah. He doesn't want Hawkman to die.
I guess what I was thinking is they're treating it like there's more nuance in his performance than there is. I feel like we're back in Suicide Squad. Is anybody else having that?
Yes.
Oh, I mean, Satan here does remind me a lot of the brother in
Yes.
Suicide Squad.
And
Oh,
then,
Adam Arch
and then
says
the
Dr. Fate
editing
read the script,
with this
of course.
action is even more like ADHD and quick cut and all over the place, but it's kind of like that.
Yep.
Adam March, Dr. Fate read the script, John. Well, I mean, he can't see the future. That's like reading the script.
Now we're in Mission Impossible 8. Back to saying...
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Wait, Robert, do you think this movie is made by the AI from Mission Impossible 7 and 8?
Yes.
That's the entity's true evil.
This is the, like, inner thoughts of the entity?
This is everything Tom Cruise is seeing in that scene when he straps the AI. Just edit this movie into that sequence and play perfectly.
He's like, I gotta kill it. I gotta kill the AI.
Oh no!
When that comes out to digital, don't let me forget. I will make that.
You'll make the 5-hour epic cut of Final Reckoning. It's just this movie. Hey, look, John, we got another sky beam. We haven't done that in a while.
You know what I'm
But
done
it's
with?
red,
Which is
so it's
funny
different.
too, because I feel like by the time this movie had come out, people were already making fun of the sky beams.
We were making fun of it, like,
You know what I'm done
for
with?
Suicide Squad.
I'm done with
Yeah.
characters running in slow motion at the camera with their mouths wide open.
There's a
Cap,
lot of
you
that in
still
this
have to
movie.
watch The Flash.
Oh no!
We do have to watch The Flash.
You guys have fun with that.
Oh no, you're coming. You're coming.
Despite
out
all
for
my
that,
rage, I'm still just a kid.
No, wait.
John.
I think my Discord just got deleted. Sorry, I can't. I can't come on the Flash commentary.
Dude, if
Hey,
you,
look, it's
if you
discount
delete
Milton.
your Discord, I
Why
will
this
find
song?
some way to force you to do Ironheart.
I was just thinking that too. Well, because I was like, oh, these enemies kind of remind me of like the first enemies you fight in Doom. You can just like punch and they die.
Mhm.
And then the song started blasting. I was like, I wish there's Doom music. And then this song blasted.
Because also, isn't this the song that you made a meme out of there for a while? Or was it
No.
someone else? Was it someone else? Okay.
John, don't you remember that was the song he was listening to in the van at the beginning? See,
Yeah.
they paid
No.
it off.
You
I don't
see,
remember
it's
what happened 6 hours ago when we started. This movie.
well, you see, it is thematically relevant because Baby would represent Black Adam, but also to his perspective, Baby is his baby, and he's like, I want him to come back and live with my family again, but they want Black Adam to come back so that he can be badass more. So it is actually like a pretty deep message.
Okay,
Hey,
but
look,
I feel like
that
it's
scene
all
from Guardians
those.
3.
But
The
Austin,
story was always yours, Black Adam. You just didn't know it yet.
But Austin, it's like all the Snyder motifs we were talking, or the visual motifs we were talking about the other day. Like, but what about all that?
Was deep.
Oh. Killer
Leo
Moth
says
returns.
that-
$5 super chat. I saw this movie for the first time in a bar with no audio, and it really felt like I was watching an Indian Bollywood action film without the heart. That's fantastic.
That's a great
Leo
comment.
says, as terrible as The Flash is, it's still better than this. I think The Flash annoyed me more.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Flash is more annoying.
And I think with The Flash, there's like moments that I like, and then it's ruined by something that's twice as annoying.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have exactly that. And yeah, that movie is more annoying. I'm with you. This, I'm just like, I don't know why I'm watching it.
I'm just like kind of laughing at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is more just funny. Somebody actually made this.
Oh no!
This is the definition of how embarrassing.
Yeah, how embarrassing.
No.
No, not the statue. That was the best.
Yeah, what?
Wait, yes, fall the kid. Fall the kid.
Don't say.
God.
No.
I wanted to see the statue squish the kid.
That was actually a really hard scene to film because they could only blow it up once and film it falling. Because you couldn't just rebuild the statue; it was too expensive.
See, this is how not
Austin,
self-aware
was
this
your uncle
movie is.
devastated when
The
you
statue
destroyed
should
the
have
statue?
crumbled into a million pieces which would have symbolized the tragic arc of Dwayne Johnson making this movie, but they thought it would succeed, and he's like really into himself when he makes this, so he just saved his own ego. See, that's what was at stake, was his image. But he saved his image in
Cap,
the movie.
you fraud, that's his son.
What?
He's got the cape back though. What?
I don't know what he said.
Devastated when they blew up that
The statue is his son. That was like the big twist.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Well, it still came off like he just kept staring at himself because he's vain.
No, of course.
So,
of course.
so now I don't even get that symbolism anymore. He's not so vain. He probably thinks the statue is about him.
Mhm.
It still looks more like him than his son.
Yeah. Okay.
Adam Arch, they spent over $200 million on this. Yeah, but
Yes.
like I said, I'm not convinced that like 75% of this budget didn't just go to The Rock.
When is this also maybe the case where this was in production so long that like,
Oh god.
Yeah,
or not like I guess pre-production, but like
Mm-hmm.
it took so long to.
Like it inflates the budget because
Yeah.
you just have to keep paying
Honestly,
people
all I
to be
can
there.
think of with this is the
yeah, because it's like that balloons the budget over time.
Honestly,
It's kind of like with Superman Returns. Part of the budget was Superman Lives. Sorry, what, John?
This is the Exorcist believer where they get all the religions to come together to stop the devil.
Oh God, the
God,
religious
oh, God.
Avengers.
We get it.
Oh, God,
You're not
save
a
them.
hero.
You're one of them.
Cap, you haven't seen Exorcist Believer, right?
What now?
Exorcist Believer, like the new one that came out.
I just didn't hear what you said. Are you asking me if I've seen that?
Yeah,
No, I haven't.
You should.
don't.
It's horrible.
No, I know. That's what everybody said. I wouldn't have bothered with that. Sorry, I'm just distracted by the whole "you're not a hero" business. Because he's like, let's just ignore how terrible that dialogue is. You're not. Satan's like, you're not a hero. And then Black
Right,
Adam's
I'm
like,
not. I'm Blackest Adam.
no, I'm not, but he is. And then the heroic thing that Hawkman does is stab him through the back, through the heart. And I'm like, well, you could have done that. I mean, like, maybe you weren't physically in the position to do that, but I just mean, like, you don't need to be heroic to violently kill a thing. I don't understand what it's getting at with that.
There's a lot of grunting in this movie.
We have a name I don't recognize in the chat that I don't know how to pronounce.
And so much injustice again.
Yeah, I wish Warner Brothers would just make an Injustice movie and get it out of their system.
Yeah. No, I remember people saying, "Oh, this looks like Injustice 2, but worse."
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh my God. Stop.
Fatality. Oh God.
He even kind of did his victory pose for a second, but then we cut away. What was that shot of the fat guy where it was like, and shot forward?
I'm gonna send Austin a poster in the mail of The Rock going ah like that.
Oh, that'd be great. I'll put it right here. That way I know that The Rock will always be watching me.
If you were so excited about watching this on stream, I think you should have to stare at that picture. This is worse than I remember it.
Appearance of Black Adam now.
I never thought I'd be happy to see you. You guys met like 6 hours ago. It's been a weird, long day.
That's his character arc, though. He wasn't happy to see him, and now he is.
Robert, do we have to send you the Wikipedia page on character arc?
Yeah,
Oh.
you need to meet Patty Jenkins, sir.
Why does... Why is the helmet blipping away?
Because there's no fate but what you make.
I don't think it has anything to do with that, Austin.
This movie's just T2. It is. That's the whole. That's the whole point, Kat.
There is a lot of T2 in it. That's true.
It's his darkness that lets him do what heroes like you cannot. Like, have you seen any movies in this universe?
I really wanted to see the Satan guy try to put the helmet on. Like when he kicked it, I wanted him to like pick it up and then be like, "Oh, I got these giant horns. I can't put this. His head's not gonna fit in that."
Robert, again, I don't know if this takes place in that same universe as the other movies.
I mean, it at least still has the same wizard as Shazam.
Yes.
So, yeah, it takes place in the Shazam.
Which takes place in the same universe as BVS because he has the Batarang.
He has the Batarang, and when
he meets
Superman walks in,
Cavill
he's wearing that costume.
Yes, get out of here, John. You don't know canon.
This universe canonically ended with the Snyder Cut for me. I don't care.
We did it.
Hey, Robert, do you remember Game of Thrones?
Oh, okay. That green screen's really convincing.
Game of Thrones. He's the Phantom.
Yeah.
Oh?
And
John, read a book.
And then Black Adam sat down for an action figure that somebody molded.
That nobody made.
Nobody bought. Oh, they probably
That's
made
not
it.
True. Robert has 12 of them.
This got a Diamond Select statue, I think.
I think The Rock personally funded it.
He
Kondak has always had heroes.
The Rock
Has
3D printed all of the action figures in his basement.
Oh, is he gonna do the
Black Adam.
That was so dumb that I kind of loved it.
What a great film.
Black Adam.
Sorry, no, his name is DC Black Adam.
10th Adam, that little old, outdated. What should we call you? Black Adam. Whoa, I don't think you could say that.
Yeah, no kidding. Dwayne Johnson produced this movie because
I'm surprised it has any other names.
He willed it into existence.
It was his Wonder Woman 84 wish.
Wow, how did he pay for it? Oh, with wrestling not caring anymore.
Well, and the fact that this sucks.
Adam Arts just said, "Wow, that sucked." Glad you enjoyed it.
Like, do you guys think that Dwayne Johnson had a lot to do with full-on finally tanking the DCEU and having Warner's fully reboot and bring in James Gunn, or do you think that would have happened anyway?
I think it would have happened anyways.
That's kind of what I
Aren't
think.
they only a couple months apart?
Well, I think it was inevitable, but I think this sped up the process.
What's a couple months apart?
This and when Gunn's hired.
Yeah.
Because remember, the same week Henry Cavill announces he's coming back is also the week he says, just kidding.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Because I want to say, when did this come out? What month?
2021. Or,
I think it's 22, isn't it?
22.
22, okay, yeah. I think it was August.
I think this is August and Gunn's announced in November.
Okay. Oh no, this was October. This was October. Okay.
And then here, let me look up.
Oh well, if that's the case, yeah, it definitely would have happened anyway. John Kelling might get comment of the stream. Black Adam, Wakandak forever.
Sorry, did you see an actual day for this, Robert?
October 21st.
James Gunn is announced as CEO October 25th, 2022,
Wow.
4 days later.
That's amazing.
I knew it was around the same time. I didn't remember being like within the week.
Oh my god,
Sweet.
John, it's the scene.
I mean, obviously they had to have already been talking to him.
It's
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, this didn't factor.
Yeah.
Why is the CGI on Amanda Waller so weird?
So, like with so many of these
Like,
movies,
it was AI.
like with so many movies, it was already a product of another time.
Yeah, we shouldn't even know.
Like Black Adam himself.
Exactly. He woke up in the wrong era. Somebody should edit this so that James Gunn walks out of the smoke.
Oh, I thought you were going to say where
John,
James Gunn is the Amanda Waller hologram.
Oh no, it's I'm sending the one person that can stop you, and then James Gunn walks out.
Cap, I forgot that the John Williams theme was here.
Yeah,
I always think of that as just a Justice League thing. Nope, we do it again here.
Yeah.
And it's really weird.
Yeah, it's bad.
Black Adam. We should talk.
We should punch each other
Why?
in the face.
You're two people who barely talk in your movies.
it's been a long
What are you
time
gonna talk
since
about?
anyone's made the world this scared. Blackest Adam. Hello, I'm Superman.
John, did that get you hyped?
You need to see what a real hero looks like.
because like okay, I'm making fun of it, but a Black Adam and Superman movie fight could have been fun. The problem is, A, it would have looked bad because they still don't understand how to do CGI properly. And B, at this point in the universe, this cinematic universe, everything is so disconnected. Who cares?
Well, that was our chance to finally connect it all back up again, John.
Whoa, the guy who played the
find its
king at
footing.
the beginning and Satan and the guy that became Satan were all the same guy.
Oh my god.
Wow.
What a twist.
Versatile.
That actor has such range.
Mm-hmm.
What a
Oh,
versatile performance.
Austin, I don't know if you knew this, but the guy that directed this made that Woman in the Yard that came out this year.
The Today's
Oh,
the
weird.
Day movie.
He also directed Orphan, which I've heard great things about, and the House of Wax remake.
Oh,
I liked that movie.
well.
But I think this is very much a director for hire job.
Yeah, 100%
This is Dwayne
No, I
Johnson.
just didn't realize
movie.
this guy directed anything else that I'd heard of.
Yeah, well, like 75% of this movie looks like it was made in a computer without the director's direct involvement.
It was directed by Al.
Let me read these last couple of comments. Joe Turner says, I didn't see Black Adam. How do you guys feel when the hierarchy of power changed to the DCEU? It's now the second person who made that joke.
That feels really good.
I feel like the hierarchy changed. Oh, Adam Mark pointed out he also directed Jungle Cruise.
Oh.
That makes sense because that's what he met the Rock on.
There's another movie nobody saw.
So I saw that, but because
Did you really?
my work.
There was so much venom in that response.
No, all I meant was, I've not met one person that said they saw that. I didn't know anybody saw that.
I thought, really?
Dude, I'm
My
exhausted
job
right
did
now.
an employee
Everything I say is
appreciation
going to
thing.
sound like that.
And so they like rented out a drive-in, and that just happened to be playing, so that's what we saw.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Do you wish you'd seen Black Adam instead?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Favorite scene, Black Adam doesn't use doors. That's fun. Pierce Brosnan is also really good. I love his outfits and the class he brings. Yeah, I mean, he's trying the best he can to save it.
Yeah. No, he's great casting.
I don't...
Yeah,
I
was
remember the
excited
theater
for him.
not loving the way he goes out.
No, it's awesome.
It's just lame.
what he would change. Oh boy, slow down. Allow scenes to breathe. It's okay to have some downtime. Every scene is go, go, go. Get to the next fight scene. Yeah, exactly. I'd also change the release date to 2007 because I would have loved this as a kid. The thing that surprised him, The Rock's ego couldn't save this movie. Well, that surprised The Rock, certainly. And that's it.
We did it.
We did it.
What is a better Superman Black Adam tease, though? The one or the Super Pets?
Oh, definitely the Super
I didn't
Pets
see
one.
Super Pets.
It's much better
That's the
to have.
correct answer.
Well, it's the epitome of, and the trinity, if you will, of Black Adam of Dwayne Johnson's self-absorption, because it's him voicing three characters in the same scene.
No, I feel like if you were to go on Reddit and look up the subreddit Small D Problems, you'll probably find a full upload of both that scene and this whole movie.
These are long credits.
These are really long
I
credits.
can't believe you said that out loud.
Look at all of these effects people that worked on this movie.
I don't believe it.
Yeah.
Robert,
Visual effects by
visualization by day for night.
How does it take this many people to make something that looks this unconvincing?
Well, Cap, you see, the first half all died on the job because they were words.
I think you're gonna say they were all like they're like cameo visual effects people, so they each worked on exactly 5 seconds of film.
No, they just worked until they died.
These,
I just imagine
these
it
are
like
effects
they're
artists
building
that
the pyramids
died.
with that statue, and they're like whipping people, bringing stones to add to the statue.
Or, Austin, isn't that how your average MCU movie is made now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Except they're not actually building the statue; they're building it on a computer.
Adam March, no Cap, the trilogy is Scorpion King, Rampage, and Black Adam. Oh my God, Rampage.
This is the most bipolar music, like song list at the end of any movie.
Theme from Superman. Fourth
Theme from Superman, Power by Kanye West, the Spite on My Rage song,
Why
Baby
did we
Come
get,
Back.
why did we get a fourth world credit?
Oh, look how there's like
Yeah,
8 billion creators listed. I mean, that's cool.
What did any of this have to do with Fourth World, though?
I don't. Austin, help me out. Why is there a fourth world credit in this movie?
Is Energang connected to them? Because I know originally
Yes.
Darkseid's like manipulating gangs on Earth, so maybe it's that?
If Jack Kirby creates them, then yeah.
Yeah, maybe like that just comes from. Well, I think that's in the Superboy book.
Wouldn't it be funny if they just didn't know like which creators to like mention, so they just like copied it from like the Snyder Cut or whatever?
No, it's even worse. It just comes up. It's like it's like Black Adam created by Stan Lee with Bill Finger.
I am shocked that didn't say Black Adam will return.
They knew he wasn't coming back.
Have we ever? Oh yeah, by the time this comes out, sure. Has that happened yet? I mean, I know MCU is obviously still going in the same continuity, but have we ever had this person will return credit, and we're still waiting for that character to return? I guess the 10 Rings. I guess we're waiting on that.
Yeah.
They've not returned yet.
Star-Lord.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll happen in Secret Wars, though.
Yeah, it'll be in Avengers.
One of those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like a lot of it's just things that are newer, so we haven't had a chance to bring them back. What does it say in Eternals?
The Eternals will not return.
I don't think it has the return thing. Maybe it does. I can't remember.
Here, I'll pull this up while we're talking.
Harry Styles and Patton Oswalt will return.
Don't say that.
Patton Oswalt keeps returning. It's the
He
bane
needs
of my
to stop.
existence. Stop returning. My big takeaway from this is the Rock. The Rock's face paused when he's got like an angry grimace is nightmare fuel. And needs
It
to
is
be
really scary. That's how you know he's the villain.
And it never looks like a real person's face. Like, I can't decide if he's actually capable of making that expression or if that's always a CG model of The Rock's face.
My takeaway is that was a waste of $200 million.
Yeah, you've rarely seen $200 million thrown out the toilet like that. At least by a company that's not Disney in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
That is true.
Because they've done that with nearly every movie they've made in the last few years.
Oh, it does just say Eternals will return. So that one's technically.
Oh, yeah, sure.
People are saying Intergang is Kirby, so that's probably why.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so
It's just
right.
really weird that the credit was Fourth World created by.
That's why I made that joke about the Snyder Cut, because all the thanks looked like they were copied and pasted from the Snyder Cut credits last
Yeah.
Man, they sure love to just take the Kirby stuff as like, we don't know what to do with it. There's a reference.
Well, John, are you glad you stayed to watch Black Adam?
I am, actually. That was a lot of fun. Like, I had fun watching the movie. It's just a bad movie. But not like I would enjoy it on my own bad. Just, I'm glad I watched it with people.
That was even rougher than I remembered it. And I think the biggest problem with it is that the statue didn't crush that kid. It's right there. I mean, immediately you would have won me more over on the movie if that had happened.
He gets Final Destination.
Well, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be back again tomorrow night. We've got just 2 more nights of this. And tomorrow night's going to be a rough one, isn't it? Because it's going to be, what, Shazam 2 and Flash?
Yeah, Shazam 2 and the Flash.
Shazam.
It's going to be rough.
You guys have fun with that.
Watch Austin not even show up.
That is honestly the one that I thought he would try to get out of.
I've never seen it, so
it will be fun to do one of
Austin,
these completely blind with you, where you
it
actually,
could be worse.
You actually didn't see it. What, your nose
Austin,
could be gushing blood?
You've seen Flash 2.5
Exactly.
times now.
What, John?
You'll be able to say you've seen the Flash 2.5 times now.
That's true. Except I won't say and a half, I'll just say 2.5.
Well, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Anybody that's brave enough to actually show up, and then Friday we'll cap this whole thing off. Not with a bang, but with a whimper.
That is how the world ends.
With Blue Beetle and Aquaman 2. I think Robert's going to come back for the last one. I may have Jason for the first one of those. And Austin will be there for at least part of it. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. And I'm going to fall asleep right here in my chair. We'll see you later. I was Captain Logan. We had Robert with the Day Ghost. We had John Sandoval. Thank you guys for spending your precious time on Black Adam. But at least we got the Suicide Squad again. That was a lot of fun.
And never forget that the world is a vampire.
Goodbye, everybody. No, I'm glad you referenced that, because I almost said something about it when it happened, and then I was like, how did Smashing Pumpkins never get brought up? Okay, goodbye, everybody.